Well, welcome to this series of teaching that we are going to be posting out daily all through Holy Week. During this week, we're going to be looking at 4 keys to hearing God's voice. Now, of course, God will speak to us in many different ways. He will use other people to speak to us. Certainly when we read the Word, Scriptures, He will speak to us. He'll use circumstances in life to speak to us. What we're going to be looking at this week is that spirit, our own spirits, to the Holy Spirit communication. You know, if you're born again, you have the Holy Spirit living within you, and He will want to be speaking to you. So this teaching is about how do we hear Him at that spirit level. The teaching is based on Mark and Patty Verkler's book, How to Hear God's Voice. So if you want to look at this subject in more detail, more comprehensively, then I'd really recommend you getting that book. It would make a great project actually during lockdown. So if you want more details of that book, just email me and I'll send you the details of how to get that. So today, day 1, we're going to be looking at the first key. And the first key is this: quiet yourself so you can hear God's voice. The Lord will often speak to us in a still, quiet voice, or still, small voice. And I think for many of us, life is so busy, life is so full of distractions that we kind of miss Him speaking to us. The noise drowns His still, small voice out. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." It doesn't say be very active, be busy all the time and know that I am God. It says be still and know that I am God. King David, he commanded his soul to wait in silence for God only. Now, like most things, quieting ourselves so we can hear God's voice will take practice and commitment. Depending on what sort of person you are, maybe you can find a quiet place in your house, in your favourite room, on your favourite chair with a cup of coffee. It may be that you're the sort of person that walking in the fields will be perfect for you to find that quiet place. But the key is that we need to find somewhere that is away from distractions. Again, depending on what sort of person you are, you may find quiet music helpful to be still. I wouldn't suggest listening to heavy rock music, but quiet music can be helpful. The prophet Elisha, he used music to help him tune into the voice of God. So it's out of a place of stillness that we will sense God's voice. And the more you practice being still, the easier and more quickly that will happen. Another practical tip about quieting yourself: if you're like me, when you start to practice this, your mind will suddenly become full of stuff that needs processing. Things like, I must get the chicken out of the fridge. I must remember that when I go out. I must remember to take that to work. Or, I've got a meeting later on. I must prepare for that meeting. And a whole load of these distractions will bombard our attempt at trying to be still. I would suggest when that happens, have a pen and pad near at the ready and take time to write those thoughts down and actually thank God for reminding you of these things. And then go back and try again and be still to quiet yourself. If you have a number of small children, maybe ask your spouse or partner to look after them for 30 minutes. If you're on your own and you have small children, then of course this is going to be much harder. Maybe when they've gone to bed and you're not too exhausted, you can try to be still and quiet yourself. But stillness takes practice and it does take commitment. Yet it is out of a place of stillness that we will start to sense God. So key 1, very simply, quiet yourself so that you can hear God's voice.